What advice, Miss Gish, did Griffith give you on becoming a star? Did he ever tell you about...
Oh, he said, we heard that word, and we said, wouldn't it be good to be one of those stars? He said, you know what it takes to do that? It takes you at least 10 years. You have to make the best pictures. That means you have to be there the first in the morning and the last to leave at night. You have to have the best stories, you have to have the best actors, the best directors, and it'll take you 10 years to be a word in every family, not of America, but of the world.
Yes.
You are speaking to the world, every language. And that was true at that time.
Yes.
We got as many letters from China as we did from Germany, France, and other places.
Yes.
And I still do.
Yes. Yeah.
Letters and presents from there. And there's nothing like it since.
Yes.
And I think if we could bring back, for instance, this minute, we're, Russia is our boogeyman.
Yes.
Well, I was invited over there in 1928, as was Charlie Chaplin, Mary Pickford, and Douglas Fairbanks.
Yes.
When they came back, I couldn't go. Mother had had a shock. She had had shell shock, and that brought about a stroke a few years later, and I couldn't leave her. Dorothy was working someplace else, and we never left her alone in all the 22 years she was ill.
Yes.
So I couldn't go. And when Mary came back, she said to me, "Oh, Lillian, you must never go there. You couldn't stand all that love." Well, I didn't know what she was talking about. And then they asked me to come again in 1969. For 15 days, I could go any place I wanted. I was in Moscow. I wanted to go to Leningrad to see that beautiful art museum.
Yes.
And Peterhof was being rebuilt at that time, too.
Yes.
I was there. I had a little interpreter because I couldn't say yes or no in Russian. And they don't kiss you. They eat you. They are so glad to see people from the outside world, and they knew all about my pictures, the one you spoke of, the first one I made. They could tell me all about that. I couldn't talk to them about my pictures because they knew more about them than I did. I'd been in the theater, and I'd been working in other places and doing other things.
Yes.
And they knew.
Interesting. Miss Gish, let me ask you about Birth of a Nation. Was Blanche Sweet supposed to get your part of Elsie?
Oh, yes, because she was the leading actress there at that time. And she had the figure of a woman.
Yes.
You know, as you saw in Judith of Bethulia, if you've seen that.
Yes, I have, yes.
And one day I was rehearsing, and I have hair I can sit on. It's long.
Yes.
And in the excitement of that last scene where he chases me around, my hair fell down. And he picked me up, and the hair was on the floor, you know, with my long skirts.
Yes.
And Griffith thought, now maybe someone with the promise of being a woman would be more interesting than a full-blown woman.
Yes.
And that's how I happened to get it. I didn't know I was to play that part until we were all told to go upstairs to the wardrobe room and see about our costumes.
Yes.
That's the first word I had that I was even considered for it.
Yes.